CR 377 is called the State of Texas versus Elijah Regiel.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we step into a Texas courtroom where Elijah Regiel faces a life-changing moment. Once given the gift of deferred probation, Elijah now finds himself accused of blowing it all away. Missed reports, failed drug tests, and accusations of going completely off the radar. The stakes? Up to 10 years in prison. But here's the twist. Elijah swears he deserves a second chance. Will the judge buy it? Stick around because this case is about to get intense.
Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Present with your attorney, Mr. Adams, and the state's attorney is present.
Mm-hmm.
There is a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation here in this case, as you have been on probation since December 18th, 2023 in this court. Deferred or unadjudicated probation. You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, lower your hand. Thank you. In summary, we can.
Right here, the judge lays out the core of the problem. Elijah was supposed to check in every month, whether by mail or online, and he didn't for over a year. In the world of probation, that's like vanishing into thin air. Probation is built on trust. Miss enough check-ins, and the court assumes you've decided freedom isn't worth the effort. Already the judge sounds skeptical, and that's never a good sign for the defense.
Proceed in summary.
Yes, sir.
In summary, this motion to revoke probation, sir, states that on December 18th, 2023, in this criminal district court of Jefferson County, Texas, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for the third degree felony on a public servant. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Allegation 2 states you failed to report to the Jefferson County probation by mailing in report and online for the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December 2024, and January 2025, as required in the court's directive to you in your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
Untrue, Your Honor.
You did file those reports?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck on that one,
Um,
because we're going to hear, there's the lady here, and what do you want to say?
This is a critical moment. The judge produces Elijah's own signature on the probation order, a document that spells out the rules in black and white. Elijah can't claim ignorance here. He signed it. Judges love this move because it cuts off excuses instantly. It's not just a broken promise. It's a broken contract with the court itself. Viewers, do you think signing your name should lock you in no matter what? Or should life circumstances matter more?
Marijuana, officer.
I don't care, but I want why would, you got to report or else you're not on probation.
I thought, when I was on probation and I was in at 3300 Old Spanish Trail, I asked my probation officer, Mr. Ryan Wynn, and I told him about the things that Jefferson County wanted me to do. And he said that he reports to Jefferson County every 6 months. So,
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But hold on. I'm showing this. Is that your signature? That's your signature, isn't it? Yes?
yes.
Okay. This is, you signed, and there's my signature right above you. You signed this. This is the probation order that you were placed under on December 19th of 2023. And it states, among other things, that you've signed that you must, among other things, report as directed. And what we did for you as a courtesy, because you lived in Harris County, we don't have to do that. Well, I can make you come over here in person, but I don't. That's not really fair, I don't think, unless people just fail to report. But I was accommodating you, but you are under my probation. You're not on somebody else's probation. It's my court order. And it says, you have to report. And we work with you, though, to report by mail, which we haven't. The probation officer is right here behind you.
Yes, sir.
She would know. And this states you failed to report mailing. Did you mail these in to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. This was in violation of condition 4 of a special amendment that was filed on January 31st. Hold on. Well, I don't have a copy of it. Do you? From probation?
No,
I have an administrative hearing on January 23rd, which went through.
And here comes the avalanche. Not only did Elijah fail to report, he also skipped drug screenings, tested positive for marijuana, ignored community service, never paid his fines, and even gave false addresses. In legal terms, that's not one violation. It's a pattern of complete non-compliance. This is where judges often lose patience. They want to see some effort, but here, Elijah looks like he just walked away from every responsibility he was given.
His violations says there have been multiple attempts to contact him. All have been successful. He does not appear willing to comply with any referrals and has made himself unavailable for this supervision. Were you in supervision in Harris County with a case out of Harris County?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what we did was we worked it for you so you didn't have to be in person all the time over here as a courtesy, but you ruined that by not following the rules. It says on January 13th of this year, Harris County closed their interest in this case due to you failing to report to their office as directed for the months of November and December of 2024. On January 8th, a field visit was attempted by the Harris County probation. No contact was made due to the address that you gave was invalid. The address listed on the closure letter from Harris County is a different address than the one you had originally reported to this office. You've never provided an address change to this office. You have been referred to complete community service hours, but you have not even started performing them, according to this dated January 28th of 25. So that's 8 months ago. You failed to report by mail or online each month. There have been no payments made in this case. You were delinquent $1,000 as of January. You failed to report to the Harris County for your drug screen as directed on October 10th of last year. On October 11th, you tested positive for marijuana. You failed to attend the Harris County Cognitive Program, which helps you make better decisions. Multiple attempts have been made to contact you. All have been unsuccessful.
The hammer moment. By pleading true to even one violation, Elijah risks losing his probation entirely. Here, he admits to multiple violations. That means the court now has the green light to send him straight to prison. But notice, the defense strategy is to lock in a plea deal that caps his punishment at 6 years. That's the gamble. Admit the violations, but hope the court shows mercy in sentencing.
You don't appear to be willing to comply with any referrals and have made yourself unavailable for supervision by this office. And then I saw that and I go, well, that's not good at all.
So.
All right. Okay. So here we are. We got a motion.
That's true.
A motion to revoke probation. Okay.
Judge, I showed him the amendment that he signed.
All
I
right.
found it in the court file.
Number one states you failed to report to the Harris County Probation Office for the months of November and December of 2024 in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
Yes, sir. That's true. True.
Stand by. Two, you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office by mail on all those dates. Is that true?
Yes.
That we talked about? And
Number 5, I think.
5 states you failed to abstain from the use of any and all intoxicating substances, including alcohol. You provided a urine sample on October 11th of last year that showed the presence of marijuana in your system in violation of your probation order. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
So are you pleading true to allegations 1, 2, and 5 of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation filed in this case on February 6th, 2025? Are you pleading true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because those allegations are true?
The ones that you were aware.
Yes, sir. That you pleaded true to?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a plea is true voluntarily, knowingly, to one or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant the motion to revoke probation. Your probation can be revoked. You can be found guilty now and sentenced up to the full range of punishment, which is no less than 2, no more than 10 years.
This is Elijah's chance to speak directly to the judge's heart. Defense attorneys often ask their clients to explain, in their own words, why they deserve another chance. The problem? Judges have heard every promise in the book. I'll do better. I have support. I've learned my lesson. The real question is whether Elijah can say something that makes this judge believe he's different from the dozens of others who stood in that same spot before.
Years confinement in prison. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today? I find you pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. There is an agreement that's been reached. Whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 6 years in prison. If I follow this agreement, I intend to do this. Follow this. You have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
You signed this document, States Exhibit 1, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct. States Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence without
No.
objection admitted. Among other things, this states that you are giving up all rights of appeal if I follow this agreement. I am going to follow this agreement. Now, you have pleaded truth to allegations, again, 1, 2, and 5, and of this motion to revoke probation. And I'm going to follow the agreement, but let me hear from the lawyers, beginning with Mr. Adams on behalf of the defense.
All right. Mr. Gill, you accepted responsibility, right?
Yes,
And you're swearing all statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right. And you understand that the most, according to this plea agreement, the judge can put you in PDCJ for 6 years, right? But at the minimum, the judge can continue you on.
Elijah leans hard on family support, his desire to finish his GED, and promises to quit drugs. It's heartfelt, but will it be enough? Judges often weigh family backing as a positive factor. After all, it suggests stability. But family support means nothing if the defendant won't hold up their end of the deal. Here's the burning question for you. If you were the judge, would you give Elijah another shot? Or has he already run out of chances?
Supervision, right? And you're asking that you be continuing on supervision, right?
Yes.
So what I want you to do in your own words is tell the judge why you want to be continued on supervision and not sent to TDCJ for up to 6 years. Tell them why.
You know, I know I made a mistake, and I'm very aware of the consequences of my life. And if you can find it, if you can find it in your heart to give me a second chance to reinstate it, I'll take advantage of that.
Sure.
And that,
You know, we gave you a second chance when we put you on probation.
yes, Your Honor, I understand that.
Hey, what has happened to this evading arrest or detention with the motor vehicle probation out of Harris County?
Reinstate, sir.
You did?
Yes,
Okay. And then you got this theft, theft, I guess a state jail theft of property in 23,
sir.
and that was 7 months in the state jail. Okay.
And I think earlier,
Thank you.
I think earlier you had testified that while you was on probation on this case, you said that you was on probation in Harris County, right? So basically in Harris County, when you got this situation, you're saying in Harris County, they didn't revoke you? So in Harris County, and that was they continued you on supervision, right?
I got reinstated on May 12th. I was supposed to report on June 3rd.
All right. So,
Well, if you're unable to report because you're in custody, that doesn't work against you. You can't metamorphosize yourself and become a spirit and go, and so you will not be punished because you were here.
Yes, sir.
what?
Go ahead.
If I could say something, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I am.
The judge hits back, reminding Elijah that this isn't his first promise. Every probation starts with a vow to follow the rules, and Elijah repeatedly broke that vow. Judges live by one mantra: actions speak louder than words. And right now, Elijah's actions scream irresponsibility. This is where credibility collapses, when your words and your track record don't match.
How much credit does he have, Thompson?
Negative.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I am, I want you to be aware that I have the support system now and everything for me and be ready. My mom has the support system for where she has two other boys and we're right now working, looking into cert jobs. And I was supposed to go to school this May 12th still to finish my GED in Houston, Canada.
That's important.
Yes, Your Honor. And I was looking forward to going back to school, Your Honor, and I have all the support that I need right now that I've built from them. And that's all I've been asking is for a second chance, Your Honor.
And the thing with the marijuana, are you agreeing not to use it?
No more. No,
And then as
Promise?
I promise.
and then as far as the other thing with you not reporting, well, obviously you got to report in Harris County, right?
Yeah, but I'm facetious about it because everybody promises, but not everybody follows through with it.
Yes, Your Honor, you have my word.
I know I have all their word because you sign all these documents. Everybody signs a probation order and swears they're going to follow it. But you'd be surprised how often we're here. Although we have a 92% success rate in this county, which is far better than the national average.
Your Honor, I have a motivation. My granny and my mother have been a motivation since I've been talking to them in custody. And they want to see me do better and I actually want to be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before they pass away or anything.
Yeah.
If they know that their grandson and their son has something.
Yeah. Oh, so have you come to understand now that your life touches other lives other than just you?
I realize
Yeah, that's a reality of life. Some people never get it.
the unnecessary actions I wouldn't want to lose the people that I love and care for.
No, but here you are. You were on probation. We went through all that formality and then we're not reporting. We can't find you. We lost you. Using drugs.
Your Honor.
Did you tell your family where you're buying your drugs from or where you're getting your drugs from? Did you tell them? There are some things you won't be forthright with your family, are there?
No, not no more. Your Honor, I learned since being in custody that the first thing was step.
Here comes the state, and they're not pulling punches. The prosecutor argues Elijah can talk a good game, but his behavior tells the real story. Violations, missed programs, and even assaulting a jailer with a phone. That last part is huge. It shifts the tone from irresponsible to dangerous. Once violence enters the picture, prosecutors will almost always push for prison time, not probation.
Of just being able to be the max potential is not to lie to myself. And that's what I've been trying to do.
Okay.
So the bottom line is.
But you did make a promise that you didn't keep here on probation. When you swore you would do this and, okay.
So the bottom line is you're given a second shot or a third shot, I should say. You are going to report, you're gonna do. And I guess because the judge in Houston could have revoked you and sent you to prison, right? So you really asking our judge to help you out as well, right?
Yes, if you're just trying to, I'll follow through all the stimulations and everything thoroughly.
And I'm curious, what happened in Houston as to why the judge up there didn't revoke you? What happened?
When I went up there, the lady, the judge, she told me that, you know, you are serious and you had a promise basically, like how you're telling me, Your Honor.
Elijah now shifts gears, blaming his instability on eviction and moving issues. While housing struggles are real, courts often see them as excuses unless the defendant kept probation officers in the loop. Remember, probation isn't about perfection. It's about communication. If you disappear for over a year, judges won't care if it's because of a broken lease or a lost job. They'll just see it as abandonment of responsibility.
And it was like, but I see a second chance. And
so what did she say? That you're what?
Like basically signing the things that she told me, like I should have been aware of, like things like that.
Like for example,
dirty UA.
First thing on this, the first probation or the first term is don't commit a crime. Using a drug is illegally is a crime.
Yes, sir. She continued by saying that,
Mhm.
she
What you're on,
said,
what are you on probation up there for? What's the crime?
invading,
Say that again?
invading,
Evading and unauthorized. use of
Evading, okay, running from the police. Right? Is that what, okay. Let me ask probation office.
And here's Elijah's final pitch: a stable home, a dishwashing job, and a working phone line to prove he's ready to comply. It's the classic courtroom clash: redemption versus accountability. On one side, a young man claiming he's ready to change. On the other hand, a state demands prison because they've heard it all before. No matter what the judge decides, this case is a stark reminder that probation is a privilege, not a guarantee. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. Would you have given Elijah another chance? And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns every week.
Sound in. Succinctly.
Well, I've tried, I've made many attempts to get in touch with Mr. Gill. I made many attempts to get in touch with his officer as well. I'm assuming the officer changed.
I just talked to him while I was in there. My mother was supposed to, she said she got in touch with you. You said that you didn't even know that I was in custody and that I had already got reinstated by Harris County. You said you
They
would look
had
into
contacted
it.
him, yeah. I don't know how to supervise him if I can't contact him.
But I have a,
We're free falling when you're not in contact. You're really not on probation.
Looks like he also, they've been trying to get him to do the cognitive program.
Yes.
Thinking for a Change is what it's called, and they couldn't get him. He just wouldn't, he didn't attend.
that's the Zoom.
He's free falling.
Yeah.
What's state suggesting?
Judge,
What do you,
can't get a hold of him, can't supervise him. We can't do anything with him, but when he gets in trouble, he comes up here and talks all the right things. But the reason he's in is because he wasn't following rules at the jail and hit a jailer with the phone, beat him with the phone pretty bad. So, he's been given every opportunity, and he sounds really good with his voice, but his actions just don't back it up. So I think that's the reason we were asking for pen time on it. Because if he's not gonna report and give us the correct address and be supervised, and the only place we know where he's at is in jail.
what are you asking? How much?
6 years.
And back to you.
Your Honor, when I know you said that I was supposed to mail and everything, but everything since like with the location wise and everything like that, I let my probation officer, Mr. Ryan Wynn, let him know. And the only reason that the location was moved was because off of me being on probation, my mom had put me on a lease. And when I got put on the lease, they checked
what?
back the lease of the apartment.
Oh, she said leash.
Yeah, she
That would have kept you, we would have known where you were at all times.
Yeah, they put a background on it, and they evicted us from the apartment. But I let my
Still, I mean, we're talking about a period of time, sir, that's over a year that you were out. You were AWOL.
So here's what, if judge continues on probation today, like what happened in Harris County, right? Where would you live if you walked up?
1221 Record Street.
And 1221 Record Street, where is that located?
That's over there off of 45 and
So that'd be Houston.
yes.
So if you walked out the door, you
That's
you
where I
have
would
to.
be.
And then if you walked out the door today, would you have a job and where would you work?
Downtown at Home Drizzle at a restaurant. I'll be washing
You be washing dishes?
washing dishes.
And Honey Drizzle, that's like a little restaurant you used to.
It's a home base.
So you set up for a job right now, you got a place to stay right now. And then the other thing was contacting you by telephone. Will you have a telephone if you get out today?
Yes, Your Honor. My mom was just at T-Mobile starting me and my brother some lines.
And then they said that they had a hard time contacting you. Do you know your mama's telephone number right now? Do you know it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you give it to the probation officer right now?
Remember, I called her.
So you do have, so you'll be living with your mama. They have your mama's telephone number. And you also be working with Honey Drizzle, right?
Yes, sir.
So you prepared right now to be a productive citizen if you walk out the courtroom.
Yes, sir. And go to school for my GED and follow me with getting the trade.
Where would you go to school?
At Houston Can Academy.
And has the paperwork been processed to get you?
Through Houston. Yes,
So
sir.
we start in school, well, school's already started.
Yeah, he told me that I was supposed to start school in 12.
Hey, go ahead.
So based upon all of those things, that's why you asked them if you be continuing on supervision.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to say, and that's it.
All I can say is, all it has is like, do good.
Where you, who are you getting your drugs from? On this marijuana? Who was that?
Yes, sir.
You're looking around. Who is it?
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna tell, are you?
I would, but it just be around like
Where? Who'd you get it from? Who'd you get it from? That you tested positive for? No, probably. Who'd you get it from?
Around the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Around.
Yeah, I'm just curious. But to this day, you're not gonna give that information out.
I don't know the person.
Yeah, you do. You know where you did it.
know where I
You
did
just don't go drugs or us and check in and you know where you're getting it from. In fact, I think we know. All right, anything else? If not, I'm going to find as follows that the defendant has pleaded true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently to allegations 1, 2, and 5 of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. And that is enough to grant this motion by ponderance of the evidence or greater. It is granted. Your deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. Earlier in this case, you pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting his guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this third-degree felony of assault on a public servant. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 3 years. And you will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with this. Do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes.
Okay, that is all.